back to running through the A. This week has actually been really exciting. We've finally had Razorback sports going on again. We've had volleyball, soccer, all doing pretty well. And now we have Razorback football coming up on Saturday. The Hogs play Cincinnati at 2:30 on ESPN, and it seems like everyone's really excited for that. Will, how are you feeling about this weekend? What are your thoughts on everything? What do you think the score is going to look like? Stuff like that.
Feeling good, feeling ready to see us back on the field. I'm worried about the D line. That's my only concern. I'm excited to see KJ back out there. I think we got our skill players ready. Yeah, but the score, I'd say we win by three scores, 18 to 20 points. That's my prediction. How are you feeling?
Perfect. I feel pretty good about it. I saw a tweet earlier that said something like, as long as KJ's on the field, Arkansas fans should be excited and loud and ready to roll. I think it'll be like a 14-point game, Hogs winning, of course. I'm excited to see how the receivers do and all that.
14 points. I like that. I'm with you there. Well, on today's episode, we have freshman basketball player who was the first to commit to this historic class that Muslims brought in. We got Joseph Pinion.
Before we talk to Joseph, we want to thank our first partner, Be Unlimited, for sponsoring this podcast. Be Unlimited has amazing apparel with athletes like Darren McFadden and KJ Jefferson. And this college football season, they're releasing apparel from a different college athlete every single week. You can find it at shop.b-unlimited.com or keep up with them on Twitter at Be Unlimited. Again, we want to thank Be Unlimited for being our first partner and sponsoring this podcast.
Those McFadden shirts just dropped, and they're fire. Absolutely fire. All right, let's get into Joseph's opinion. All right, so we got Joseph here with us. First of all, thank you for coming on, Joseph.
Yes, I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, no problem. So I want to start from the beginning. I know you're from Arkansas. Did you grow up an Arkansas fan?
I did grow up an Arkansas fan, yes. I enjoyed watching the basketball. I really like watching the football games when I was growing up, really, even though, we weren't always that good.
Yeah. So where did basketball come into play? Like whenever you were a kid, was that like your first thing? Did you play a couple other sports? Like where did that become your primary thing?
I started off playing soccer. I wasn't really good at that. No, actually, I started off playing t-ball, and I got hit with a foul ball one of the first days. I was done with that. Early. Then I played soccer, and then in like third grade, I started playing basketball, and I just stuck with it ever since.
Nice. So you, like you said, you grew up an Arkansas fan. Did you grow up coming to games in Fayetteville and coming to Fayetteville a lot? I guess.
I came to a couple games. I didn't really get to see a lot of games because it was around my own basketball season, so I had to.
Yeah, that's true.
I just focused on my own stuff at that point.
So
Gotcha.
you ended up playing AAU under Arkansas legend Corliss Williamson, right?
Yeah, right.
So when did you get into the AAU game?
I got into the AAU game around I think technically it was like third or fourth grade. I played up with some sixth graders and around my area, which was around the Russellville, Conway area. And then I really started playing nationally in seventh grade. That's whenever we started traveling a lot, playing better competition.
So what was it like being around someone like Corliss? Like, was that just kind of, did you know how big of a deal he kind of was back in Arkansas?
Yeah, I knew a lot about him. I wouldn't say I was a really big fan because I never really got to watch him growing up. But, I just have seen all the highlights and everything he's done at Arkansas and in the NBA. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Were you always tall for your age, I guess? Or did you hit your growth spurt later?
I feel like I was always taller than everyone in my class and stuff. Whenever I played normally top two tallest on the court.
Yeah, if you moved up that high. All right, so you played under Corliss. What high school did you go to?
I went to Morrilton High School.
That's right. How was that?
It was awesome.
Coaching and all that?
Yeah, great coach. I had great coaches from seventh grade all the way to 12th grade. And, it was just a really great atmosphere. I really loved being in Morrilton.
So what did the recruiting process look like? When did you start getting recruited? How old were you? Who was kind of
I started,
first?
I started getting recruited in like the eighth grade summer going, no, ninth grade summer going to 10th grade. And I got my first offer from Oral Roberts.
Or Roberts was the first.
Right. Yes.
So when did Arkansas get involved in the process?
I took a visit there in November of my 10th grade year, maybe, I think. And I kept in touch from then.
What year was that?
Um, Maybe 2019, I think.
Okay, so your first contact was with Muss when it came to Arkansas, I guess.
Yes.
Gotcha. When Muss came to Arkansas, were you excited? Like, was that a goal of yours to get there to play for him?
Uh, yeah, I was really excited. I always grew up a big Arkansas. I always grew up a big Arkansas fan, so I was like, they bring in a really good coach after already having a good coach. But I just felt like
Yeah.
really big goal from of me.
So whenever Arkansas came into the picture, were you still looking at some other places? I know you had some big offers like Baylor and some other schools. Were they like pretty high up on your radar, or were you kind of sold on Arkansas early on?
Really high on some other schools. I'm not gonna name any names, but I was high on some other schools. But I just knew Arkansas was where I wanted to be, so I just finally made the commitment to go to Arkansas.
The reason why I'm asking you, or why we're asking you all this, is because you were the first commitment of this year's class under Musselman. So you didn't know what else was coming your way, what other teammates or in your class was going to be like. How was that? Or were you just knew that Muss was going to be Muss and do his thing and bring in everybody? Or were you kind of like, should I wait? Or were you part of the recruiting others? Or how did that go?
I saw like what he did with the class or two classes before us with Moses and Devo,
Yeah.
Jalen, and all them. So I knew he was a really good recruiter. So I knew whoever he wanted to get, he could get, and we'd be fine with whatever happened there. And I
Yeah.
tried to guys, of course, my friends that I knew that were on Arkansas's radar. I tried to bring them here.
Yeah, is it kind of an advantage, like you being an Arkansas kid, you know what Fayetteville's all about, you know
Right.
what the university's all about. It's probably easier to recruit for you to recruit other teammates whenever you can talk that up and you know what it's like being an Arkansas fan and being in this environment.
Right. It was pretty easy. Everyone knew how loud and crazy Bud Walton is whenever everything's happening. So, it wasn't, I didn't even really have to say much. They already knew at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you come to Arkansas, y'all got this insane class in, historic class. You're the first one there. Now that y'all on campus, we saw y'all in Europe and y'all look like the chemistry y'all have been playing together forever. Um, how has Muzz done that? Or how's that going? Because like I said, in Europe, y'all looked all together, and did that bring chemistry y'all's way, or how would you describe the chemistry of the team?
I feel like we've been together for almost 2 months at that point. So I feel like chemistry was really good. And, everyone was just like, we really clicked pretty well together. We hang out all off the court. We don't just do on the court stuff and just leave. We're all pretty tight knit program.
Yeah, y'all play well together too. Everything looks smooth on the court.
How was Europe for you?
Oh, Europe was really fun. The first day was my favorite day. We went jet skiing.
I saw pictures, yeah.
And then we finally got to started to playing basketball. It was really great to see all this how well the team has progressed since we came together 2 months ago.
Yeah. Was basketball kind of different over there, the way that they played, or any different like rules and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, it was a little different, but still at the end of the day, it's putting the ball in the basket and stopping the other team from doing it. So it's what we do. So
Yeah.
So let's take you back to high school real quick. I noticed in Europe you weren't wearing a knee brace, and in high school you were. What was going on there in high school with the knee brace?
I tore a couple of things in my knee and like in 10th grade year, the year of COVID. So I got
Yeah.
that. So I had to wear a knee brace for the whole my junior year. And then I finally got out of it my senior year, and I got into like a little leg sleeve that I wore, and now it's fully recovered.
What's it like being a freshman up in Fayetteville? Are you getting used to everything, kind of knowing where everything is, finding some spots to eat and chill out and stuff like that?
My favorite spot to go to is Wasabi right now. I really love their sushi.
There
Their
you
sushi,
go.
I love it. But it's really different from where I'm from because there's just so much more traffic, so many more people. But I feel like I'm adjusting pretty well to the culture here.
How are classes going? Y'all just started back in school. Is all that coming together and going smoothly for you?
Yeah, the classes are going good. It's just I have to walk like 20 minutes because there's spots up there. I just that's the only problem with all of this.
What's your major?
I'm undecided right now.
Undecided? Yeah, you got time. That makes
Right.
sense. I guess back to basketball. So you came from Morton High. You said the culture there, the coaches there were great, everything. But it's got to be a whole different speed. They practicing under Muzz and everything. How's that adjustment? How was that adjustment at the beginning of it?
At the beginning, it was really difficult. No, it wasn't really difficult. They made it to where we like they caught all of us up. Like we had time and we had to do own work on our own time to like make sure we were caught up. But like they
Really?
really did a good job preparing us for what we were about to see. And it's still a different speed, but we're all really adjusting pretty well.
Because Muzz has so much energy, and does his energy wear off on y'all?
Yeah, yes, it does. We all. I just feel like I have to be energetic. If he's energetic, we just have to match what he does.
Yeah.
Is there a
Um,
game this upcoming season, basketball season, that you're like looking forward to the most or anything like that, or is it just kind of all of them?
And it's just kind of all of the games. Looking forward to every single one. Just trying to win them all.
Yeah.
there you go. I know you're just a freshman. What are you wanting to do ideally after basketball?
I
You
feel
know?
like I don't even know really, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind.
you're so young.
I'd want to be a teacher, but like I kind of also don't want to be a teacher because I feel like I just couldn't deal with kids the whole time. But that's something I've been interested in. I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be a cool idea.
There you go.
So you
Or a
said,
coach. I want to be a coach. I want to be a coach. Forget teaching. I couldn't do teaching.
Coach and teach the same thing. You got it.
yeah, pretty much.
You're teaching basketball.
Right.
So you said growing up like you loved watching the football games kind of more. Are you excited for this upcoming season?
Yeah, we have a great team. I know some guys on the team, so I'm gonna be rooting them, rocking their jerseys. I'm just really excited to see my guys go do what they do and just turn a favor,
Yeah. How do you think the game's gonna go Saturday?
win the easy one. Like,
That's what
next
I
question.
said. There you
Perfect.
go. I got a question about this is completely off topic, but about NIL. How I guess you've been all you know is NIL in basketball, but have you noticed it? Has it changed the locker room dynamics at all, or are all y'all pretty much on the same team when it comes to NIL and getting what y'all need to get done there?
No. We all understand the better players are going to get paid more money. It's a business. We all want to go to the league, and we know that's how it works up there. So we can't. There's no way we could like be jealous or show any hatred towards anyone. And just one way for getting more money than the rest of us.
Right.
I saw that NIL that Hunts did that signed the whole team. That's crazy. That's awesome.
All right. Yeah, they're really great to us, and we really appreciate them so much for what they do.
Yeah, we just noticed too, I think today and yesterday that you can get like custom jerseys and stuff like that now and custom like t-shirts with names on the back, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yep.
I appreciate it. There's a huge thank you to Underdog Fantasy. They were also one of our first, I guess, sponsors to get behind us. They hooked us up with a promo code Runnin, RUNNIN. If you put in that code, they'll give you matching first time deposit. So if you put in $10, you'll have $20 to play around with. There's also many ways to make picks on there. There's Pick'em, Rivals, Fantasy League, just all kinds of stuff. It's a great app. legal in Arkansas. It's the way to do it. Thank you to Underdog.
We're also hosting a fantasy league. I will put the link down below and you guys can join. It's $10. The draft will probably be next week. Well, it will be next week. So jump in there. We've got some spots left and we would love to play with you guys. We hope you guys got to know Joseph a little bit better. I know that we did.
Yeah, that was really cool hearing him talking about playing for Corliss and the Arkansas AU circuit. It was a good little quick conversation. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Run Today.
We'll see you guys next week.